Hello, let's jump right into our Monday night video. I have got a quick lesson here, and it's a practical lesson, meaning that once we get through this short video, I will hope that y'all will turn around and employ some of these tactics, and you will apply the knowledge, and hopefully you will make an effort to practice what we're talking about, what we're learning tonight, and I guarantee you will see a difference. Let's get into it. I'll give you some more instruction. We are talking tonight about how your thoughts create your feelings, which create your actions. So I can probably guarantee you that today, Monday, every single one of us have had at least one, and probably far more than that, at least one thought that has not served us. It's probably potentially a thought that we've said to ourselves internally in our head, or maybe out loud, that has in some way degraded our personality or our work ethic, or has been self-deprecating or demeaning. We have probably all today been negative with ourselves, maybe pessimistic, not kind, and maybe not even patient. And I want to posit that your thoughts create your feelings, which create your actions. So when you're telling yourself these not nice things, you start to feel a certain way. And I would argue that you're feeling sluggish, low on energy, unmotivated. Maybe you're feeling low in confidence, low self-esteem. You're probably not feeling very excited about the day and the tasks that you need to complete. And you're potentially feeling maybe like you don't even want to talk to people because you're feeling like you're not doing well, or like you're a loser, or like you're not good enough, or you're telling yourself that you have too much work to do, and so you're stressed out and you're not focused. Your thoughts create your feelings, which create your actions. And then, once you're having all these feelings, your actions, then you start to multitask and maybe not do any sort of quality work. Or perhaps your engagement with people, with the people in your life that day, is very one-sided and not very genuine or authentic. Maybe you're afraid of being vulnerable, not being courageous. Maybe you're stressed out because what you're feeling is just too much for you. It's overwhelming and it's full of anxiety. Perhaps you're making these assumptions. These thoughts in your head are based off assumptions, which create feelings of doubt, which create the action of mistrust. Your boss says something to you, and instead of being open-minded to him, his feedback or whatnot, you're now being defensive, and your body language is closed off, and he's wondering, why is she not receiving this feedback well? And in your head, you're just thinking about how you're a failure. So you can see how, again, your thoughts create your feelings, which create your actions. So grab a pen and paper. You probably already have one. Grab a pen and paper, and thinking about today only, I would like for you to please write down on the left side of your page 3 thoughts that you've had about yourself, that you've said to yourself, or you've had them about yourself. Negative thoughts, thoughts that are not supporting positive growth, thoughts that are not facilitating a positive energy for yourself. My thoughts, these are thoughts that I have thought today, and at times think on perhaps a routine basis. The first one that I thought today was that I'm stressed out. So I wrote that down. I thought at some point today, in reference to my boss, that I think I upset him. Okay? Another thought that I had today, with respect to work, was that I can't do anything right. Now, these are just thoughts. These are not statements of fact. These are not opinions that anybody else has given me. These are not tenets written in stone somewhere about who I am or who I should be. These are thoughts that I had today. They all created feelings, mostly of feelings being overwhelmed. I felt a little bit out of control today with work. I felt defensive, and I felt nervous about having potentially upset my boss. I was worried that I would get fired. I had a feeling of not being good enough and having upset him and disappoint him, and that made me worried and wary. And then I had a thought of, I can't do anything right. And that feeling made me very sort of defeated and very low energy. And then again, the third piece of this is the actions. So today did not feel like a very productive day. I was not making smart choices, efficient choices in the moment to get stuff done and to be able to assist people, my coworkers, my members, my clients. So my actions based off my feelings, which were based off my thoughts, did not create for me a solid, efficient, productive day. Here is where it gets fun and exciting, and you have to be brave, and you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to take a risk here. And a risk, when we talk about taking a risk, it's not a negative thing. When someone says you take a risk, it doesn't mean that you're going to go out and do something dramatic or potentially negative. A risk in this case today with this exercise is just pushing you outside of your comfort zone. And so what we're going to do is be honest and brave with ourselves, and we're going to try something that many of us have never done before, and maybe we've done it occasionally. I'm challenging you to finish this practice, this exercise today, and then go forward tomorrow and try this out. So for every negative thought that we've had, pessimistic, negative, detrimental, angry thoughts, now you please write 3 inverse thoughts. 3 thoughts that are the opposite of the original thought. Y'all with me? So, today I thought more than once at work that I'm stressed out. The flip side of that is that I am relaxed. I am in control. I am at peace. Those are 3 thoughts that can counter the thought, I am stressed out. Now, maybe you don't believe it in that moment. That's okay. Don't get ahead of yourself here. I think I upset him. 3 converse thoughts to that. Is it inverse or converse? I think it's inverse. I will not jump to conclusions. I assume only the best, and I don't know until I ask. My third thought today, that was not self-supportive, was I can't do anything right. I can't do anything right. I am learning. I am allowed to make mistakes. I am okay with failure. That one's a tough one, for me in particular and for most of us. So, step 1 is understanding the thoughts, creating feelings, creating actions, and how that cycle continues over and over and over until you break it. And this is a habit. This is a habit. It is a pattern. It is not something that you have bought into. It is not something that has been pushed upon you, forced upon you. It is not something that you were born to believe or to engage in. It is just a habit. So we're going to try to break that habit. Part 2 is to write down your 3 statements that you've said today that were not very positive self-supporting thoughts. You were not nice to yourself. The third part is to write down 3 statements that counter the original statement. So now we're breaking our cycle here, replacing bad habits with good habits. And again, when you start saying these phrases to yourself, these statements, there's the potential, probably 90%, that you're not going to believe it at first. You're not going to feel it at first. You have got years and years of this ineffective, inefficient, heartbreaking cycle in your psyche. And so we have to take many, many, many days, much effort and practice to break the cycle and replace it. So tomorrow, Or tonight, if you're going home to take care of the kids or have a discussion with your husband, or maybe you're continuing your work. Tonight, the rest of the day, and tomorrow, moving forward, whenever you think one of these 3 thoughts, I'm stressed out, I think I upset him, I can't do anything right, pause, hear yourself say it, become aware of that, and then immediately replace it with these thoughts. I'm stressed out? No. I am relaxed. I am in control. I'm stressed out right now. No. I am at peace. Takes you 10 seconds. Replace the bad thoughts with the good thoughts. Do this over and over and over and over and over until you realize that slowly you've really begun to shut out the thoughts on the left side of the page that do not support your positive growth and a happy heart and a healthy heart and a positive intellect. You will start to automatically say these really wonderful, nice things about yourself. Don't wait for someone else to say them about you. You say them about yourself. So, this is our cycle, step 1, step 2, step 3. Starting today, you're going to replace these 3 statements with these positive statements over here, and you're just going to say them over and over and over and over again. Good. Let me know how it goes in the comments of the video.